Welcome to the Back to School Mental Health Series. Today we're going to be talking about time management strategies and skills. So what is time management and why is it helpful? Good time management skills help students prioritize tasks so that they are able to complete schoolwork and assignments on time. Students are able to plan ahead, set aside the time they need for projects and assignments, and make better use of that time. So what are some benefits? You stay more organized, more confident, and learn more effectively. It can also help students avoid the dreaded procrastination problem, which can be a slippery slope to stress, frustration, and poor grades. Effective time management skills are especially important for high school students. As students enter high school, they have to deal with more subjects, assignments, tests, extracurriculars. Good time management skills can help keep them on track and reduce stress as they take on more work. So what are some strategies for time management? We're going to be exploring many different strategies for time management today. Some top 10 time management strategies are focusing on long-term goals, writing a to-do list, prioritizing your work constantly, budgeting your time, being realistic about your time, so figuring out how much time things are going to take and being realistic and practical about what those time slots look like. Working out your optimal study method. Find a dedicated study space and time to do your work. Review your notes regularly. Ask for help when you need it. And don't be afraid to say no if you don't have the time. One of the most famous time management strategies is the time management matrix. So what this looks like is you ask yourself two questions. Is it important? Is it urgent? As you can see on the box here, you create a matrix. If it's important and urgent, you do it. If it's not urgent and important, you plan. If it isn't urgent but not important, you avoid, and not urgent and not important, you eliminate. So for instance, if you have an essay that is due by midnight tonight, that would be important and urgent. So you would want to do that. If you have a project that is due at the end of the month, that's not necessarily urgent, but it's still important. So we want to plan ahead to get that done. If something is urgent but not important, we can avoid it or delegate that task to someone else. If it is not urgent, nor is it important, we can eliminate that. So that may be things like playing video games and things like that, that it's not necessarily urgent that we do it, and it is not necessarily a priority right now to get it done. The next strategy is time blocking. So what this looks like is looking at all of the things that we need to do and planning out how much time it's going to take to do them, as well as other things that we need to get done in our lives. So this may be things like homework, work, extracurricular activities, clubs, sleep, eating, getting ready for the day. You plan out how long each task will take and fill up your daily schedule with those different tasks. This allows you to schedule out breaks too, self-care time, as well as social time to hang out with your friends, or just some time for yourself that you can, scroll through TikTok or, Snapchat your friends and things like that. Go outside, get some exercise, things like that. You prioritize and plan out how much each task would take and everything that you need to do, and fill in the daily time slots that way. There are many different apps as well for time management. So some of those include planners so that you can schedule and remember to get things done and the due dates. There's also distracting blocking apps where you are able to utilize these apps so that you are not scrolling through TikTok for 5 hours a day. You can put these different things on so that when it is time to do your homework or to study, you are less likely to then engage in scrolling through social media mindlessly or playing a game on your phone or anything like that. It allows you to really focus in on the task at hand and eliminate the distractions around you. There are also apps that can track your screen time and things like that so that you're aware of how often you are mindlessly on your phones. Other apps for time management include to-do list things that can break down tasks for you. Here's a whole list of different apps for time management. I do have more. If you would like any, feel free to reach out if you would like any other apps for time management as well. So time management also includes study skills. I know how much you all love to study. But studying is very important, and to study effectively, there are different strategies out there as well. Here are 5 proven study strategies. So we have recite, elaborate, self-quiz, visualize, and mnemonic devices. So this is to help recall, remember, and to make it stick. So to recite, looking up from the material often and silently to recite it to yourself as you read, study. To elaborate, express the material out loud to someone else. Connect the material with what you already know. Can you relate it to something in your life? Quiz yourself. Often on the material to strengthen memory, flashcards, notepaper, or a quiz app on your phone can be very helpful, like Quizlet. Visualize. Draw or find an image to associate with that concept. And mnemonic devices. Use the first letter of each word in a sequence to create a new phrase or sentence, or make up a rhyme. So not only is studying and the study skills important, to study more effectively, we want to eliminate distractions, so no phone. We want to plan ahead. We want to figure out what our game plan is for when we sit down and are ready to study. We want to prioritize what we need to get done and what's most important. So is it urgent? Is it important? Is it important and we can plan? Can we avoid or eliminate or delegate? Back to the time management matrix. Can we wake up a little bit earlier? Completing the hardest task first is also really important. Then we feel accomplished and we feel like the rest of the tasks that we need to complete are way easier and we can get through them pretty quickly. Planning out 40-minute study sessions, that way you are able to focus for that time period and then you can allow yourself a little break. Self-care is also extremely important, so taking care of yourself. Reminding yourself that, it's okay to get frustrated, to take a deep breath, to come back to it, and reward yourself. When you have completed, 3 essays in a week and have taken 2 tests, it's definitely important to reward yourself for all that you've accomplished. Thank you so much for listening today to the time management strategies and skills. If you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out to myself, Corinne Donnelly, at cdonnelly@methacton.org, or Mrs. Urbanski at nurbanski@methacton.org. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.